Hello. We hope that you enjoy in Ljubljana and that your first month here went very well. November is, we can say, a month that brings everything from the first preparations for exams to homesickness and the festive season in Ljubljana. That's why Katarina and Sara will tell us a little more about how they spend these days and what advice they have for all those who encounter it for the first time. So, let's start. Let's be real. Most international students will experience homesickness. What are your advice on how to combat it?
So when it comes to homesickness hacks, I have to say that there are great ways to deal with that. One of them is definitely to stay connected to your loved ones from your country, with your family and friends via video calls that are nowadays very present and that can be on different social medias, as well as to try to make some spot in your home more home-like, to say like that, to embrace it with photos and familiar items from your family and friends to remember you about lasting memories and great days that you had with them, so that you can always remember where you came from and to know where you're going for.
First project, seminar papers, and exams will start soon. October flew by and left students largely unprepared for all that was to come. Do you have any techniques for easier, better, and faster learning?
This may sound obvious, but I actually do recommend going to your lectures, despite it not being maybe the best thing you want to do during the day. I also recommend going through your notes after your lectures, maybe highlighting some of the keywords or actually adding some additional information to what you have written. And you, with that, are able to reread the material and it will get stuck in your head for a short period of time. But when you actually start learning, it will be a lot easier to just start again from a way higher standpoint than when you were before.
So when it comes down to study strategies and techniques that can be used preparing for exam and for various tests that you can have on faculty, I have to say that it is highly individual, and I can advise you to try and explore different techniques that you can Google and find online and try to figure out what's the best way for you. I can say that in my personal case, from my personal experience, and in my case, there is definitely a reward technique, to say like that, that I love to motivate myself by saying that when I finish that exam and when I finish everything I have to do, I can reward myself sometimes with a chocolate, sometimes with some sweets, or when I finish some exam, something bigger and something more interesting. So the very joy of the reward is quite stimulating and quite motivating. So if you haven't tried, or you haven't and you forgot how it feels in the everyday routine, I highly advise you to try, and if you finish and fulfill it, it can be great joy.
This year we have very good weather in November so far, but most students say that November is the most depressing month in Ljubljana. Do you have any advice on how to stay cozy, warm, relaxed, and energized during fog and rain season in Ljubljana?
Ljubljana to me is a beautiful city no matter the season. I do try avoiding walking through the center when it's really heavy rain. When there's a light drizzle, it's really magical. The city center is always full. The coffee shops always have their seats covered, so you can easily sit there, grab a nice cup of coffee or a tea. And honestly, there are always people around. You never feel lonely, and you can always listen in on different conversations. There's always some kind of chatting going around, so I highly recommend just going outside and experiencing the real fall weather in Ljubljana.
When it comes down to gloomy weather and November in Ljubljana, my first association is definitely umbrellas. So make sure if you go out in November in Ljubljana to always have one with you. Besides, gloomy weather can be a great opportunity to embrace cozy blankets and to try different kinds of warm drinks that they have in local cafes in Ljubljana, as well as to try and experience indoor activities if you're more like a museum type of person, to try to see Modern Gallery or National Museum Gallery that can have great exhibitions, or some book clubs or different activities that can be organized by your faculty or university.
What can definitely help you get through this gray month is the events that awaits us at the end of it, turning the holiday lights in the city. Welcoming December and a festive atmosphere, can you tell us a little more about this event and everything that awaits us then?
December is one of a kind in Ljubljana. It's definitely one of the best experiences I had in my first year. And the very event of turning on the lights is something truly magical. I highly recommend you go and see it. If you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, it can be a great romantic event. Or if you are single, you can also go, since there is a tradition in Ljubljana that they have taught me, that when the first time the lights turn on that great big event, when the mayor comes and there is a great gathering, and in 1 second all the lights in the town turn on, you can make a wish. You can wish for exams to be greatly finished. You can wish for love of your life. You can wish for money. You can wish for so many stuff. So go for it, try it. It's something truly magical.
Thank you. See you in the next video.